I'm Christina Aguayo in Dallas, and here are your top stories. ICE has arrested Radule Bojovic, a police officer with the Hanover Park Police Department in a Chicago suburb, for being an illegal migrant. Bojovic is an illegal migrant from Montenegro and overstayed a tourist visa that expired back in 2015, meaning he's been living in the United States illegally for about 10 years. Bojovic was recently hired with the Hanover Park Police Department after graduating in August from the Suburban Law Enforcement Academy. He then started a 15-week field training program. He was issued a badge and a firearm, which is a felony for illegal migrants to possess firearms. His illegal status was discovered during a targeted ICE enforcement operation in Illinois as part of Operation Midway Blitz. ICE agents arrested him today. DHS Assistant Secretary Trisha McLaughlin saying, quote, Bojovic violated our nation's laws and was living illegally in the United States for 10 years. What kind of police department gives criminal illegal aliens badges and guns? It's a felony for aliens to even possess a firearm, she said, a law enforcement officer who is actively breaking the law. McLaughlin referring to Mayor Brandon Johnson and Governor J.B. Pritzker's sanctuary policies that DHS says protects illegal migrants. The grandniece of New York Attorney General Letitia James, who lives in the Virginia home linked to mortgage fraud, is a fugitive from justice, wanted on multiple criminal warrants. James, already facing federal charges of bank fraud over that home, is now facing more scrutiny after an investigation uncovered that she has been allegedly harboring her 36-year-old fugitive grandniece, Nakia Thompson. James co-signed the mortgage with her niece, Shamice Thompson Hairston, just weeks before James launched her civil fraud trial against President Donald Trump in Manhattan. But neighbors told reporters they've rarely, if ever, seen James at the address, despite her declaration of intent to occupy as her primary residence. Listed as an quote-unquote absconder by the North Carolina Department of Adult Correction, Nakia faces an active warrant stemming from convictions for assault and battery and trespassing. Her criminal history spans over 2 decades across North Carolina and Virginia. Now James may be facing additional charges for harboring a fugitive, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor in Virginia with a penalty of up to 12 months in jail and a $2,500 fine. Former Capitol Police Chief Stephen A. Sund called out former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi after she told a reporter to shut up, then claimed she never refused National Guard troops on January 6th. Watch.
Shut up. I did not refuse the National Guard. The president didn't send it. Why are you coming here with Republican talking points?
Sund released a timeline of events while saying, quote, ma'am, let me help refresh your memory. It was your sergeant at arms who repeatedly denied my multiple requests for National Guard assistance before and on January 6th. Even on January 6th, your sergeant at arms denied my urgent requests for over 70 minutes while he was running it up the chain for your approval. The Pentagon offered National Guard assistance, but I had to decline because your sergeant at arms would not grant me the legal authority as required under federal law. The House Sergeant at Arms, Paul D. Irving, was appointed by Pelosi and served on the Capitol Police Board responsible for approving outside help, with the direct approval of Pelosi. President Trump had offered to send 10,000 National Guard troops to D.C. on that day. However, Pelosi's team declined, saying they didn't like the optics. Furthermore, Pelosi was caught on tape admitting she was culpable for the events that transpired on that day. And real quick, I want to remind you that Medicare costs are set to go up next year, which means you're going to be facing higher premiums, deductibles, and surcharges for the next decade. And some Medicare Advantage plans are disappearing altogether. If you're a senior and you're tired of dealing with the nonstop calls and texts, or maybe find this entire process a little bit overwhelming, don't quit just yet. Because if you don't take a look at your options, you could be paying much more than you have to, or even lose out on coverage. Instead, I've got a simple solution for you. Chapter. I've partnered with Chapter because I believe in their cause. They want to help. They'll review every single plan, recommend one that fits your needs, and on average save you more than $1,000 a year. The best part is it's free. Take 20 minutes and call the number on your screen to talk to an advisor, or go to askchapter.org/Christina. Don't wait till the last minute. The Medicare annual enrollment ends in December, so now's the time. call chapter. Mexico has started mass deportations of illegal migrants, deporting thousands to Central America. Mexico making the move after President Donald Trump closed the U.S.-Mexico border. The closing led to an 85% plunge in illegal migrant entries through the U.S.-Mexico border in the first 8 months of the year, the lowest levels in half a decade. Mexico has realized that it cannot absorb the spillover from Biden-era open border policies, as more illegal migrants have been apprehended in Mexico than by U.S. agents in recent months. Here are some of the moves being made by Mexico. Mass deportations to Central America, sending migrants back to Guatemala via bus convoys and direct repatriations. Thousands are now being stopped before heading north through Mexico. Mexico is rejecting non-Mexican migrants, saying they are not a waiting room and will not foot the bill for illegals. Meanwhile, Mexican federal police and immigration agents are apprehending and physically detaining illegal migrants at a faster pace and are often accused of harassment, extortion, and quick removals of illegal migrants. A new report shows that the Democrat-led House secretly collected about 30 million lines of phone records after January 6 of people who might be MAGA, then slipped it to the FBI, led by Christopher Wray. The investigative report detailed how the Democrat-led January 6 Select Committee targeted and collected communications between Republican lawmakers, grassroots supporters, and the Trump White House to track Trump allies and White House contacts. The findings, according to the FBI internal memo, revealed that the committee collected the data set without getting judicial warrants. The records detailed things like call times, durations, and connections, with the goal of mapping out who was reaching out to the Trump administration in the lead up to the Capitol events of January 6, possibly for prosecution. Former Representative Adam Kinzinger then slipped the digital archive to Christopher Wray's FBI just weeks before the 2024 election. According to the FBI memo, Kinzinger told the FBI that the data had been collected by former Rep. Denver Riggleman, an ex-Republican who helped Hunter Biden discredit the laptop from hell, and he was a staffer on the January 6 committee. Riggleman allegedly led the analysis of the data, linking phone numbers to White House switchboards and private lines. It's not clear whether the FBI took the records, but critics say that it could have been used to investigate people who support Trump. The phone data is tied to similar FBI actions under the Biden administration, including the Arctic Frost investigation, where federal agents quietly collected the private phone records from 8 Republican senators and other conservatives without their knowledge or permission from a judge. Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley has blasted these tactics as, quote-unquote, political spying worse than Watergate, saying they represent an abuse of power. That's what you need to know. In Dallas, Christina Aguayo.